Keion, I wondered what's the top thing that you've seen. I know you've had to watch a lot, and maybe you're getting back to doing the practicing now, but what's the thing you've seen over the course of this preseason that makes you the most excited about what this team might become?
I think we got a very smart and a very smart team that's willing to be coached from, me having to take a step back a little bit and just, observe from the sideline when we go 5-on-5. Everybody's receptive to coaching. And then I feel that's the best thing you need as a team, excuse me, and as basketball players, just, be willing to be coached and, listen to our coaching staff because they got a lot of knowledge to give us. So that's what I'm really excited about with this team.
Any basketball specific thing, just as you've watched, a moment that you've seen where you go, man, we're pretty good.
Really, our length and our athleticism. I think we got like 9 guys, like 6'6" or above. So it's tough to get down there and make shots in the paint, and also being able to run the floor with our speed. We should make it really hard on teams, offensively and defensively, because of our size.
All right, next up, we'll go with Larry Vaught, and then Jerry, I'll come to you next.
Yeah, Keion, could you just update us a little bit about your health status?
Taking it day by day still. I feel great. It's just a matter of, when the doctors are 100% comfortable with me getting back on there, competing at full speed. I'm still doing my individual workouts, still a part of practice. I just, take a little step back when it's time to go 5-on-5.
Has that been frustrating for you, knowing the work you put in to get ready for this season?
No, not at all. I'm a believer that everything, kind of happens for a reason. I believe God has a plan for me, and, I'm just not ready right now, but, I know I will be ready in the near future, so that doesn't really frustrate me. I looked at it as a blessing, take a step back, and really analyze what's going on out there on the floor.
All right, Jerry, you're next, and then Paul Banks, I'll go to you.
Keion, how eager are you and the guys to actually play a game?
We're very eager to finally go against somebody besides ourselves. It get tough at times, playing against each other all the time, and, things get really difficult because obviously we know what plays we're going to be running when we're playing against one another. We know, where the ball needs to get to. So, that's a struggle to, really make baskets and stuff at times. But, we're just excited to, finally come together as a collective unit and go out and play somebody besides ourselves.
And I wonder, too, the point guard competition between Devin and Davion, how does that look to you, to your trained eye, how that's going?
To me, it looks like whichever, point guard Cal goes with, they can both get the job done. They're different in some respects, and some others they're similar, but at the same time, they're both more than capable of getting the job done. They're both good shot makers. They get our team involved in every situation on offense. So like I said before, whichever way, they're both going to play, so I really don't – it doesn't matter who's out there on the floor because I believe in both of them.
All right, Paul Banks, you got next, and Marlena Rodriguez, you'll be after that.
Hey, Keion, thanks for taking the time to do this. My question is about the schedule. Kentucky is your schedule, it's pretty full, if not totally full. There's a lot of games on the slate, and it's been a lot of these games have been scheduled for some time already when most of the country is kind of up in the air, and they've only got like a few games scheduled here and there. So how does it feel to kind of not have to worry about that and kind of know that, like, all this stuff is ahead of you already and formalized?
Me knowing playing for Coach Cal for about 2 years now, I wouldn't expect anything different as far as him going out and getting games for us to make sure we're prepared, throughout conference play and when we finally make our run in March. Cal is a good believer in, these early games, testing us and, seeing how good we really are to start the season. It's going to be difficult having, 10 new players, but, that's the test that we're looking forward to see how good we really are.
Thanks.
All right, we'll go to Marlena, and then John, I'll try to come back to you.
Thanks, Eric. Hey, Keion, nice to meet you. First off, I love that hoodie. It's hard. So this team is young and full of talent. Now, being in your second year, what info have you shared to the new guys? And also, how would you describe your leadership going forward?
Like I said before, I just want to make sure the new guys are comfortable, and feeling good mentally. I can't really help them with their body. I'm not a trainer, but just making sure that their mind is good, because sometimes it can be difficult. Playing for Kyle isn't easy, and at times you feel like he just be picking on you or trying to make it hard on you, but he's doing it on purpose because he sees better in you. He knows you can be really good, so he pushes you for that. And as far as just being a leader, it's something I embrace, and this team is easy to be a leader. They're smart. They listen. I don't have to go too much out of my way to, force my leadership upon them. Whenever they got questions, I'm here for them. And if I see some stuff, I try to pull them to the side, let them know how things go, what you should do, where you should be at, what your position should be on the floor. But besides that, we got a team of smart guys that, are receptive to, any help that you can give them.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, John, let's come back to you. I don't know if you're having audio issues or not.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, perfect. Keion, was there a moment when you got on campus this summer, maybe your first practice, and looked around and realized basically everybody was gone from last year except you? How did you deal with that? What was that first moment like when you really had to see that up close?
I still get that feeling every day. It's just, just a different team, a whole different dynamic. I can't pinpoint one moment when I really noticed it, but it's just, like I said, it's a different team. We got a different group of personalities. It takes some adjusting, some getting used to. I was just accustomed to, seeing Ashton, seeing Tyrese, Johnny, all those guys every day. But, that's kind of what you sign up for when you come to Kentucky. People ain't going to be here long. It was a little weird, me being the only one coming back that's played for him, but something I embrace and something I look forward to helping my teammates, get acclimated to how we do things.
And is there any anxiousness for you as you ease back in with the injury, getting passed over by other guys? There's so much competition and so much talent every year. How do you deal with not getting ahead of yourself in that way?
I have no worries about being passed up by anybody. Not to say I don't wish my teammates well or anything, but I'm confident in my abilities, confident in the work that I've put in to know that when I do come back, I'll be ready to go. So that's the least of my worries.
All right, next up, we'll go to John Wong, and then I'll start to circle back some follow-ups.
Hey, Keion, I was wondering if you're going to be tuned into the NBA draft tonight. What's going through your mind as you see some of your teammates from last year go through the biggest night of their lives?
I'm just extremely happy to see them finally reach their dreams and, to kind of, make it, so to speak. Obviously, the work now isn't done. They still got to, go in there and compete, play hard. But, I feel like getting drafted is a moment where you can, sit back for a little bit and be like, okay, I've reached my dreams, all the hard work, you can look back and reflect. So I'm just happy for them to have that moment. And I obviously want to be tuned in, cheering on my teammates on.
Have you talked to any of them specifically the last couple of days?
Me and Tyrese are extremely close. We talk almost every day. So, like the day that they released the lottery, he probably called me 5 minutes after. We talked about where he could possibly go. Then also with the rest of my teammates, we still have a group chat that we could communicate in every day. We've been talking about the draft and just, a lot of the stuff that we went through last year, reminiscing on funny moments and stuff like that. So I do keep in contact with all my teammates from last year.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we'll go with Jeff Drummond, and then Jerry, I'll come back to you.
Hey, Keion, I was wondering, at the end of last season, it seemed like you'd really built some nice momentum and had things going your way. How tough was it to deal with, having the plug pulled on the season there where it really felt like you were hitting your stride, and now you've got kind of the injury situation? Is it difficult to get that momentum back?
No, because I'm still hungry to be better, still hungry to be great. You know, that that last game we played was, it was good for my confidence. And it was good for our team as a whole for us to be clicking on all cylinders, have some guys step up while Ashton wasn't there. But as far as me, not feeling like I got momentum or down, can I come back and be as productive? I don't feel that way at all. 'Cause like I said, I'm still working out. I mean, I feel like you would see me work out. I look pretty good as far as my health, as far as being able to run around and jump around and stuff. So it's just as far as just the contact of it all. I haven't done that yet, but I still feel good about what I'm doing.
As a quick follow-up, a lot of people who saw you during the pro day, just on the sidelines, thought you looked a lot stronger. Had you added some good weight in the off-season program?
Yeah, a lot of good weight, a lot of good muscle mass. It just simply just come down to our strength coach, Coach Rob, being great at his job. Being in the college weight room for 2 years now, I would hope I would look stronger than what I did my freshman year. If I wasn't doing something right. So Coach Rob has been doing a great job of, with me being injured, taking some extra time to lift, making sure my body is still strong. And when I get back out on the floor, I should be ready to go.
All right, Jerry, back to you, and then Larry, you're after him.
Yeah, and I heard them say on the pro day telecast that you, as a fourth grader, were reading at a 12th grade level. You're nodding, so I assume that's accurate. How? Why? How do you explain that?
My dad tells this story all the time, but it was a test that we had to take in fourth grade, basically Lexile reading level or whatever. I'm in there with all my classmates taking the test, and slowly but surely, everybody else finished. They go off to recess and stuff. And next thing I know, I'm the last one in there, and it's been about an hour and a half later, and little 11, 10-year-old me finally realized oh, I'm probably getting too many answers right, so they keep giving me questions. So I kind of botched it at the end. I started to get something wrong on purpose because I was tired of taking the test and I wanted to go have recess and be outside with my friends. So that's how that went down.
And just as a follow, I understand you're still a reader. I'm wondering what books you like, what genres, and what's your favorite reading condition, like laying in bed or something else?
As far as what I'm reading right now, I just finished reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I kind of have a business mindset, so I thought that was something good for me to pick up and look at. The type of stuff I like to read is kind of like mindful type of stuff. My older brother just gave me a book. It's called 10 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do. So stuff like that I try to read. And as far as how I read or when I read, is just whenever really. If I find myself being bored, I'll pick up the book and just read for a little bit. Just trying to keep my mind healthy, my mind strong.
Right. Sorry, Larry. I think I said I was coming back to you. Hold on. There you go, Larry. Go ahead.
Thanks, Eric. Ken, just wondered kind of your impressions so far of Isaiah Jackson and Lance Ware.
They are very, very competitive. That's the first thing I can say. You can have all the skill in the world, but if you don't play hard, that's not going to get anywhere. But along with them playing hard, they are very skilled. They're very smart. Isaiah has extremely long arms, blocks anything around the rim, extremely athletic. Lance is a great passer. Lance is smart. Lance has a great feel of where to rebound, where the ball's going to fall. Like, we have two really good bigs in them, and they are versatile, able to switch on pick and rolls and guards. Very good in the low post, make mid-range jumpers. So they're really, really good.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go back to John Hill and then Marlena. Yeah, you'll be after him.
Hey, Keion, after the last time we talked to you, the Zoom, Cal said he was going to get former players together with you guys to talk about the Rupp name and some of the other stuff. Just with that issue and others, what have the conversations about the social justice issues been like in the locker room throughout the summer and heading into the season?
We've just been trying to communicate with each other as far as, what action do we want to take. Like the video and stuff we put out was a great job of even using our platform and using our voices to let people know that we're not going to stand for this and this isn't right. We got some things that we're working on that we want to do as far as taking action. We try to keep it a focal point. Sometimes things can get lost in getting ready for games and getting ready for the season. But we know things like that in our world are still going on. So we continually try to, push that narrative and have that conversation of that, that this isn't okay and we're not going to stand for it.
All right, Marlena, you'll be next. And guys, just a reminder, we got about 2 or 3 minutes left. So if you got any questions, now's the time to ask. Go ahead, Marlena.
So of course, basketball plays an important role in your life. But I found out if playing basketball was off the table, you would choose to be an actor. Is that still true? And what genre of movies would you like to be in? Comedy, horror, rom-coms?
Yeah, I would love to be an actor. It's just something that always kind of interests me as far as it just looks fun. I know it's extremely hard, but yeah, I would say I'd be a comedic actor or really anywhere that's paying good money. Anywhere I have a job and get my foot in the door, that's what I would do.
Is there do you have any favorite actors you love watching?
Right now, I really like Michael B. Jordan. I think the GOAT is Denzel Washington.
Okay.
There's a lot of good actors out there. As far as on the comedic side, I've always liked Will Ferrell. I like Jason Bateman. I'm an avid movie watcher, so I can go on and on about how many actors I like.
Are you a binger too?
Yeah. If you catch me on the right day, I'll probably watch 4 to 5 movies in one day.
All right, guys, looks like we got 3 questions. So if we can just limit to 1 question each to end this off. Jerry, will go with you, and then John, and then Paul. Go ahead, Jerry.
How important is it, do you think, for you or for any player to be perceived as more than just a basketball player, to be, a fully formed person?
So that's extremely important. Whether you like it or not, the ball is going to start bouncing for you one day, and you don't just want to be known as, well, me personally just don't want to be known as Keion Brooks, the basketball player. I have more to offer to the world. We all have more to offer to the world than us, putting the ball in the basket, even though it's fun and we love to do it. It's not who we are. It's something that we do as a person. We have other, things about us that, that can help other people than just us playing basketball.
All right, John, we'll go to you, and then Paul, you'll end it.
Keion, your faith has always been very important to you. You mentioned that God does everything. There's a reason for it. With your injury and coming back from that, what have you learned about yourself during that period?
I've learned I don't eat enough as far as, me trying to keep my weight up is, for me not playing is weird, that I don't gain weight. as much as when I'm actually active, probably because I'm not as hungry. That's something on the funny side, but like on the serious note, I've just learned that can't take anything for granted. I was feeling really, really good before I got hurt, and it's set me back a little bit, but I'm back to feeling well. So that's my biggest takeaway from it. Don't take any moment or time for granted. I just miss being out there with my teammates every day and competing and running around and going through it with them. Because sometimes it gets tough, and I just really wish I was out there, helping them. It's different when you're talking on the sideline than when you're actually out there going through it with them and helping them through it. When you're with them. So that's my biggest takeaway from it.
All right, Paul Banks, you got the last question. Go ahead.
Yeah, and how big is this day for the program, NBA Draft Night, and the concept of La Familia, the family, the community of the league, and everything? Just what does it mean? What does that concept mean, and what does it mean to be a part of that?
The concept is what it says. We're a family. Players come back all the time. It's just it's a family that Coach Kai has built through through him and his coaching staff continually caring about his players and taking the time to make sure that they're the best that they can be. Coach Cal continuously goes out of his way for his present and former players to help them reach their dreams, to help them accomplish some things that they want to do. And just the culture that we have here is different than most places. It's hard. I think because of it being hard, that's what makes it special. Because when you get through it, you feel like, wow, like I really did something. And as far as like the draft, that's the proof is in the pudding. Coach Cal continuously puts numerous guys in the league every year, and this year is no different. And like I said, I'm happy for all my teammates. I'm excited. I'm gonna be watching, cheering them on, and hopefully they go to the best situation for them and they can thrive and succeed in the NBA.